Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sharad Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Wildlife Sciences, Aligarh Muslim University. To be the part of wage of sustainable development, it is necessary to understand the benefits of sustainable development. It is also important to understand the goals set by the United Nations for the sustainable development. In this lecture, I shall be discussing the benefits of sustainable development and the objectives of United Nations Sustainable Goals. Sustainable development focuses on a positive transformation trajectory attached to social, economic, and environmental factors. The three factors on which sustainable development depend are economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. So it is the combination of environmental development, social development, and economic development. Or you can say that the sustainable development is rest on the three pillars of economic development, social development, and environment development. Achievement of these result in having social justice and environmental justice is necessary to ensure the sustainable development of the human society. Let's understand it with a hypothetical example. If a man in a given geographical area lacks a job, so it's like an economic problem. He is likely to be poor and marginalized. So it is a social problem also. If he is poor and marginalized, he has an incentive to engage in practices that harm ecology or that harm environment or that harm the biodiversity. For example, by cutting down trees for fuel wood to cook his meals and to warm his house, he is leading to environmental degradation. As his actions are aggregated with those of others cutting down trees, deforestation will cause vital minerals to be lost from the soil. So it is leading to environmental problem. If vital minerals are lost from the soil, the inhabitant will be deprived of the dietary nutrients required to sustain the intellectual performance needed to learn new technologies, for example, how to operate computer, and this will cause productivity to reduce or stagnate. So it's an economic problem. If productivity stagnates, it leads to economic problems. Poor people will remain poor or poorer, and the cycle continues. So all these problems are interlinked with each other. So to find out the solution to the sustainable development, we have to link economic development with the environmental development and environmental development with the social development. So all these three pillars are interlinked with each other. This hypothetical example illustrates the linkage among three interconnected domains of sustainability, social, economic, and environmental, and need to integrate them for sustainability. Keeping this in mind, it is assumed that concept of sustainable development rests on economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental sustainability. Economic sustainability. Economic sustainability means establishment of production system that meet consumption needs of present generation without compromising needs of future generation. Generally, we believe that supply of natural resources is unlimited and use them wisely, which is leading to environmental degradation. For many decades, we were under the wrong impression that economic growth would be accompanied by the technological advancement to restock natural resources destroyed during the production of things for human consumption. But now we know that natural resources are not indefinite and many natural resources cannot be renewed once exhausted. This has questioned the feasibility of uncontrolled growth and consumption of natural resources. Human life on Earth is supported and maintained by utilizing the limited natural resources found on Earth. Due to continuous population growth, human requirement of houses, food, clothing increases. But the means and the resource available in the world cannot be increased to meet the requirement of forever increasing human populations. Humans are focusing on economic growth at the cost of degradation of natural resources. Our increasing demand of goods and services are having destructive effect on environment. Therefore, economic sustainability needs that decisions are made in the most equitable and fiscally sound way possible while considering the other aspect of sustainability. Social sustainability. Social sustainability cover various aspects of our society such as equity, empowerment, accessibility, participation, cultural identity, etc. Social sustainability tries to find out the solution of various social problems without unwarranted environmental destruction and economic instability. For example, it tried to alleviate poverty within the existing environmental and economic resource base of the society. Social sustainability requires fostering the development of people, communities, and culture to help achieve meaningful life, drawing on proper healthcare education, gender equality, peace, and stability across the globe. Social sustainability is not about ensuring that everyone's needs are met. Rather, it tries to provide conditions for everyone to have the capacity to realize their needs if they so desire. Environment sustainability. Environment sustainability focus on maintaining natural environment productive and resilient to support human life. It is related with the ecosystem integrity and carrying capacity of the natural environment. So to ensure environment sustainability, natural resource must be used no faster than they can be regenerated, while waste must be emitted no faster than they can be assimilated by the environment. To sustain life on Earth, Earth has some equilibrium in its various systems which needs to be maintained. However, to meet the demand of ever increasing human population, we are putting greater demand on Earth systems, which is leading to environment degradation. Due to human development activities, current rate of biodiversity loss exceed the natural rate of extinction, and boundaries of the world biomes are expected to change, which is posing to threat to the survival of the various living things on the earth. This is also posing challenge to environmental sustainability. So to ensure environmental sustainability, we have to develop the ways through which we can meet the demand of human population without disturbing the integrity and carrying capacity of systems of Earth. Benefits of sustainable development. Sustainable development offers a wide range of benefits to individual, communities, and the planet as a whole. These benefits are categorized into three main areas: economic benefits, social benefits, and environmental benefits. Economic benefits. Sustainable development promote economic growth and stability by encouraging innovation, efficiency, and productivity. By investing in renewable energy sources, countries can reduce their dependence on fossil fuels and stabilize energy prices. Additionally, sustainable development encourages the development of green jobs and industries, creating new opportunities for economic growth and prosperity. By promoting sustainable tourism and agriculture, countries can also increase their revenue streams and support local communities. Social benefits. Sustainable development focuses on social equity and justice for the people, which can positively impact individuals and communities of the human society. Sustainable development promotes social stability and reduces poverty by ensuring everyone has access to basic needs such as clean water, healthcare, and education. Sustainable development also promotes cultural diversity and the preservation of cultural heritage, helping to build stronger and more resilient communities. Environmental benefits. The most important benefits of sustainable development is the positive environment impact of the sustainable development. Through adaptation of sustainable practices such as recycling, reducing wastage, and using renewable energy sources, countries can reduce their carbon footprints and mitigate the effect of climate change and global warming and other environmental changes. Sustainable development also encourages the conservation and protection of natural resources such as forests, oceans, and wildlife habitat, essential for the health and well-being of the planet. United Nations Goal for Sustainable Development. In 2015, all United Nations member states adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. It provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet, now and into the future. At the center of the agenda are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are an urgent call for action by all nations developed and developing in a global partnership. These goals emphasize that ending various deprivations like poverty must go hand in hand with programs that improve health and education, decrease inequality, and speed up economic growth and mitigate the global problems like climate change and the global warming, and working to conserve the forest and oceans. The 17 sustainable development goals are: number one, no poverty. So it means end poverty in all its form from everywhere. Second is zero hunger. So it based on end of hunger, achieve food security and improve the nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture in various parts of the world. Third agenda is the good health and well-being. So it asks ensure healthy life and promote well-being for all at all ages. Fourth goal is quality education. It means ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all the section of the society. The fifth goal is gender equality. It is achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Sixth goal is clean water and sanitation. It ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Seventh goal is affordable and clean energy. It will ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy for all. Eighth goal is decent work and economic growth. It promotes sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all. Ninth goal is industry, innovation and infrastructure. It will ensure build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. 10th goal is reduce inequalities. Reduce inequalities within and among the countries. 11th goal is sustainable cities and communities. So it will make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient and sustainable. 12th goal is responsible consumption and production. It asks for taking sustainable steps for the consumption and production pattern of the various food products. 13 goal is climate change, action for climate change. So it asks for take urgent action to control climate change and its impact on the human society. 14th goal is life below water. So it will ask to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas and marine resources for sustainable development. 15th goal is life on earth, which asks to protect, restore and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. 16 goal is peace, justice and strong institutions. So it will ask for the promotion of peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable developments, provide access to justice for all and build effective, accountable and inclusive institutions at all levels. 17 goal is partnership for the goals. So it asks for strengthening the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. Objective of the sustainable development goals. So these are the objectives of the sustainable development goals. Eradicate poverty and hunger, guaranteeing a healthy life, universal access to basic service such as water, sanitation and sustainable energy. Support the generation of development opportunities through inclusive education and decent work. Foster innovation and resilience infrastructure, creating communities and cities able to produce and consume sustainability. Reduce inequality in the world, especially that concerning gender. Care for the environmental integrity through combating climate change and protecting the oceans and land ecosystem. Promote collaboration between different social agents to create an environment of peace and ensure responsible consumption and production. These goals help in achieving the sustainable development of the human world. But these goals have many challenges to achieve them. So let's discuss the challenges to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Goals. So sustainable development has become a priority for various countries and organizations, with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals serving as a guiding framework. But there are challenges such as instability, practical implementation, and governance in achieving sustainable development goals. Instability. Let's understand how instability is affecting the achieving the sustainable goals of development. Most of the nations of world are facing the instability, either financial crisis, political turmoil, global warming, and climate change. That leads to growing insecurity. It affects coordination among the countries. Developing nations are the especially vulnerable to these issues as they struggle with the hunger, poverty, community instability, global warming, and climate change, and limited access to education and healthcare. These all problems are a big hurdle in achieving the sustainable development, as it exacerbates existing issues and create a new threat to food security, water resources, and biodiversity. Implementation, practical implementation of the programs of the sustainable development. Feasible translation of sustainable development goals into relevant and practical local level program is another critical challenge. The process of designing, financing, and delivering policies that align with the sustainable development goals and meet the needs of specific communities is a very complex issue. Focusing on broad goals and targets can lead to deviation from meaningful community work. In addition to this, measuring development outcomes is also a challenge as it requires tracking progress across various aspects of human life, such as income, wealth, and individual development. Good governance. According to World Bank, good governance is the manner in which power is exercised in the management of a country's economic and social resources for development. Good governance is essential for implementation of programs prepared for sustainable development, as it needs effective management of country's economic and social resources. The effective management of country's economic and social resources is essential for the sustainable developments. Good governance is also important to seek the cooperation of various countries required for achieving various sustainable development goals. For example, achieving Sustainable Development Goal 13, climate action. It requires cooperation and coordination among nations, and this highlights the importance of the Sustainable Development Goal 17, Partnership for the Goals, which calls for a global partnership involving government, civil society, the private sector, and the other actors to mobilize resources and work together. Addressing these challenges is crucial for achieving sustainable development goals by recognizing and actively working to overcome instability, practical implementation of programs, and good government issues help in achieving desired success in implementation program of sustainable development. Thank you. In the next lecture, I shall discuss about the ways we need to achieve the sustainable development of the human society.